Hello everyone. I'm waiting for my pal Cedar to show up so he and I can talk. Hello Kim, nice seeing you. My friend Cedar will join me shortly and we'll try to do some drawing together and talking about pens. See if this works. It may not work. We're trying to get him figured out here. Hmm. Um, sorry. Cute little Schaefer. Cute little Waterman. One of these rigid nibs. Okay, try this. Invite. Come on. Okay, try that. Absimilard. Absimilard. Absimilard, what is your first name? Is that your first name, Absimilard? Look at this. Oh, it's number 8. That's what it is. There you are, Cedar.
I don't want it to face me. I want it to face the page. How do I make that happen?
You go to settings, and then it will tell you
maybe it's more
what camera to use.
Camera. No, I want back camera.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. Look at that.
All right. So now I close that window, I guess.
You close the YouTube window so we don't have.
Are you having echo right now?
I don't hear it, but I don't know if other people do.
Okay, let me close the YouTube. Well, the YouTube window isn't here with me, so.
And I don't hear an echo, so I think it's fine.
Okay. You would hear it, right?
I would hear
normally.
it, I think. Yeah. Does anyone else hear someone else says no echo? So we're good.
We're good.
We're good to go.
Excellent. All right. So how have you been, Pierre? Nice
I've
to
been
see
okay.
you.
Let me introduce you to the home audience. This person over here on that side is Cedar Bylard, and he lives in California. And he was a very kind and charming host for me when I was out there last month. And we had a lot of fun drawing on location and drinking on location and driving to pen shows on location. So it was a lot of fun. And back to you, Cedar.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I figured I would show some because I didn't really. I show some of the things I got and what I ended up doing.
Yeah, I'd love to see.
So, like, remember these ones? I put different nibs in them. The nibs that they came with were fine, but
okay.
I had some nibs I liked much more, and the really tiny shrimpy walls,
Yeah.
that aren't that comfortable to hold.
Yeah.
So I was like, I had a brilliant idea. I was like, well, switch the nibs. And I love hard rubber pen. I like the way it feels in my hand.
Yeah.
So I'm real happy with getting these bodies, for these nibs I like.
So the less fun nibs you put in the gold fill ladies pens and stuff like that.
Right, because they're more like, I don't use them. They're just, stuff I've collected and
decorative. Yeah.
Yeah, they're more decorative. So they can just have the crummy nib. Or they're not really crummy, but they're just not nibs I love.
They're not the sexy nibs. They're the homely nibs.
Right.
Well, great. I'm so happy for you. And now you're buying inkwells.
Yeah. Well, I got this really cool pocket pen, Victorian pocket pen I'm been really into. And it's got this really nice big nib, and it turns into this pen like that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay.
and it's not super flexible, but I just love the pen. And I use this little thing like this to dip, but I was thinking I might like to use something that's an actual dip well. So then now I've been trying to pick up some dip wells, but I wonder.
Here are
I really need to, but
two that I have of that style.
oh, cool.
It seems to me I have another one here kicking around too that has a gold band on it. But they're just elegant, lovely little things. But you have to keep dipping them.
Dude, this one holds ink for a really long time. I mean, you could almost write a page with it. It's amazing.
Here's a kind of a fancy one.
It looks like we lost our connection for a second there.
No, can
We're
you?
back.
Okay.
Oh, good. We're back.
So here's sort of a fancy one.
Oh, is that a pocket one too?
Yep.
Oh, fun.
Yep.
I love these pocket dip pens. I really do.
Yep.
I think they're the neatest thing.
Oh, there's another one. Oops, this is missing its nib. I must have used this one for a Frank. Oh, look at this. It's cracked though. A big crack all the way along.
Yep. Mine has a crack too, but it still holds the nib okay.
Okay. Well, when we get to be 150 years old, we'll have cracks too.
Exactly. As long as it still works as a thing, and I'm okay with the crack.
Yeah. Yeah. I was trying to find a set of pens I had kicking around here, and I ended up seeing all of these in this drawer, and I thought, well, what the hell? I wonder what these things are. I've forgotten. So I'm just
Oh wow, look at those.
imagining, looking through these things. Here's a, what is
Are
this?
those all hard rubber pens?
These are all hard rubber pens, I think.
That's my favorite, is hard rubber.
Yeah. Yeah. These probably were in a couple of drawers that I repurposed. Here's one of those middle fillers. So
Oh, those are neat.
you unscrew it here,
Yeah.
and then you fill the back half of the barrel, and then you screw it back together. So I guess the idea is if it leaks, it won't get on your fingers, it'll get on your palm of your hand.
Is it a Waterman kind of pen?
No, this is come on, Photon. This is an Onoto.
Oh,
No.
neat. I love those. Yeah, those.
No, Ottawa.
Cool.
Ottawa. It's an Ottawa.
Oh, Ottawa.
So
still neat.
Yeah, I've got.
Look at how much this pen wrote before it gave up. It writes quite a lot.
Oh dear.
It doesn't give up too quickly, like some.
Okay. Well, that's great. Is the back of the pen textured at all under the?
Yeah, it's got like a very soft texture. It does.
Okay.
You're right.
Yeah, some of them that aren't just shiny will hold more ink. Well, I'm going to put these back in this drawer because I don't want to sort through all this stuff.
I want to show you this one too, because this one is more just pretty, and it was part of this lot that I picked up. But look at that accommodation clip on that guy.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice.
Isn't that a beautiful accommodation clip?
Yeah. Yeah.
And the chasing, unique kind of chasing I haven't seen on a lot of pens.
Yeah, they do. There are charming ones of those. I'll show you when you visit me. I have a drawer full of some of those accommodation clips.
I love accommodation clips.
You'll you'll see some. Here's a fat little Parker jackknife, short, fat. I think it's fatter than a dual-fold senior.
Oh yeah, I love those fat jackknives. What number does it have on the bottom? 25 or 6 or something?
It might. I don't know if I have the right. It just says number 6.
Oh yeah, it's probably a 26 then.
Oh. I
Neat.
never learned my
Or
my
6, yeah.
my
Some of them are marked 26, some of them are marked 23, and others are marked 6 and 3, or 22 or 2. I think it's the time whenever they were made, they dropped that first number. These are my only other 2 accommodation clips, but they're not very interesting. They're pretty dull compared to that beautiful one.
Let me see if I can find the one that just cracks me up whenever I see it. So don't go away.
Okay.
I have it in this drawer full of pens, and these are the pens, Cedar, that I have that show pens that have amazing wear on them. Like this
Oh,
one.
cool.
This is just a barrel that I got in some lot, and clearly the pen broke in half, the lever broke,
Wow.
but the person taped it
Carried on.
together and then used it for years and years and years after its trauma. And then this one, look at the wear on this
Wow,
symphony,
that cap.
and
Wow.
and the wear happens
Oh, yeah.
right there, where it hits the. So this person
Right.
must have just written angry letter after angry letter, and here's a perfectly good more safety pen, but
Oh, yeah.
here's one that's really worn next to it.
Yeah.
And these are the ones that people want to buy, but these are the ones that make me smile more. I really love seeing pens that have, honest wear to them.
Yeah,
So
me too.
this is the funniest clip I have. So it has this spring, wing,
Oh, wow. Look how fun that is.
and you just slide it over the cap of the pen somehow,
That's fantastic.
and it has just this crazy name on it. I don't know who made it here. Hold on. The the Vecto fountain pen. So evidently it actually belonged to a actual company.
Ah.
Here's one that's nice. It has a enameled
Oh, that
US
is neat.
US thing on it. I like this repair.
Oh, wow.
Just
Tie it
wire
on
and
there.
tie it back.
Ha.
Um, so they are fun. They are really neat. Here's one for the Conklin Pen Company. It says American,
Oh. Oh, yeah. That's very cool. Yeah, I love the Conklin clip because it has that hinge on it.
and this is just so cute. This little tiny one
Ooh, that is a good one. Look at that one.
with a little. It has little sharp teeth too.
Oh, yeah, I love those ones that are hinged like that.
So anyway, they are fun. I've got again a drawer full of different ones. Uh, this one with a little ball.
Oh, yeah, that's great. Look at the design of that.
Yeah, yeah. So
Fantastic.
anyway, they are. Oh, here's another repair for a Waterman clip.
Oh,
Just
perfect.
a wire holding it down.
That'll do.
So anyway, it's just they are fun seeing examples of pens that today we would just throw them out, you know, and
Throw them
this
out.
well,
It's true. Everything's made disposably now.
yeah,
We
yeah.
throw everything out.
You and this is kind of neat. It has a safety cap
Oh, yeah.
on a like a Waterman 15 overlay,
Oh.
but it's all just cobbled
Oh,
together.
oh,
Nothing
yeah.
is right.
So,
Nothing is
right.
right about this, but this is
Huh.
how it came to me.
That is
And
far out.
and I love the engraving hat, HAT, with this
Oh, that's
little.
a really cool pen. That is
So
really, that's a gem right there.
and this one is fun, where someone just got out their knife and
Oh,
just
yeah. Look at
made a
that.
little zigzaggy pattern over the whole goddamn thing.
Oh, wow.
So anyway, you'll have fun
That,
going through these things because they are not just this drawer, but many drawers. They're just, I have so many different kinds of things I'm interested in that I think you'll get a kick out of.
that's a really fun collection right there. That's the
Yeah,
kind of collection that a lot of people don't
yeah.
have. You know, a
They'd put in their
collection of
they put there in their junk
oddball, homemade.
oddball repairs, homemade repairs.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know why this one is in here.
No good reason.
Um, it is every once in a while you'll find pens that have holes in them, like this one,
Oh, yeah. What's
and I
that
think
from, a cigarette burn or
I
something?
think a cigarette burn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and again, here's an example of a hand engraved vine in
Oh,
nice
yeah.
shape, and a hand
Wow.
engraved vine that's almost smooth because it's so worn down.
Wow. That's amazing. Look at that.
And then even the ends are brass, the whatever's underneath the sterling overlay. So again, it's just
I've never seen one that was that worn, honestly. But I haven't
and this
seen, every
this
pen.
really sad Schaefer,
Oh, wow, look at that.
and it's copper underneath this. It looks
Oh,
like
I thought it was brass that they used. No?
it might be brass, but it looks like copper. It's so orange.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
But anyway, they're fun, these crazy things.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
I love worn out pens too. I think they're really neat.
and teeth marks galore.
I don't always like teeth marks. Sometimes I just find them kind of disgusting.
They can be.
In that lot, I got one of these cheap Morrison pens, black beauty pens with the cute
Uh-huh.
little bumblebee top.
Yeah.
And so
Those
I
are
hot rodded it and put a better nib in it, and it's like pretty fun little pen. I love the design of it. I know you have a Morrison collection too. I've seen your video on Morrison.
I
But
only
now
have a few more. Yeah. Yeah.
just before, it was the steel nib on it was horrendous. And then the J bar just fell out. It was broken. So I put a
Yes.
nice
A
two
nice
piece
big
J bar
J-bar.
in it. So it
Oh,
works
good.
really well now. It's a very nice pen.
Um,
I have fun, doing playing with these things and fixing them or hot rodding them or cobbling them together from pieces, which is, I guess, unorthodox. I got this more pen in that lot too that had a nib that's broken in half,
yeah.
but it's a really nice size. It's the same size as those pocket Schaefers that I like.
Uh-huh.
So maybe someday I'll find a nib for it that I like. So I'm keeping it as blank, I
And
tried
what
to fit a wall number 5 nib in it, but the arc of the shank wasn't quite right, and I didn't want to break the nib. So I'll just
No,
wait till I find something else.
you don't want to do that. Okay, let me put this back. I'll be right back.
Here's that amazing maybe Todd that you let me get
Oh,
from Nick.
from Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Well,
is my favorite flexible pen now. It's
oh, good.
so soft but so snappy because of that. I think because of the gold bar that's on top of the nib, it
Yeah,
like pushes it back, you know. So
yeah,
it's
it
super
might.
soft but super snappy.
Yeah, that that was a lovely pen. And had I still been a, a calligrapher, I would have bought it from him. But again, I just don't have those customers any or that job anymore, really.
Well,
So,
I appreciate you allowing me to have it because I don't have a pen like this in my collection at all.
well, good. I'm so happy you got it. Uh, I'm surprised he let it go for one thing. But again, Nick has so many
He
pens
was feeling nice.
that he I'm sure that had he looked at that the day before the pen show, he would have left it back at his house. He wouldn't have brought it with him
I know
because
that's
he does he does keep a bunch of keepers, you know.
yeah. Well, he's such a good calligrapher too. He could really make that nib go to work.
You know.
Could really do some amazing things with it. Here's another one from that lot that's just a blank. It's an Aiken Lambert pen, but what's interesting about it is it doesn't say Aiken Lambert anywhere. It says standard.
Oh, so what
So,
makes you think it's a Naked Lambert?
but it's made by Aiken Lambert because it looks exactly like one.
Oh,
Same
okay,
clip, same lever.
I
But I
see.
have no nib for it. The nib that was on it was an Eaton nib, and
Okay,
it could be have been made for Eaton, but the nib didn't was like had a warped shank, so I was
yeah,
not sure it was actually made for
okay.
the pen.
So you need
But
a well, I you know all every almost every pen company or every pen company created pens for other people, um, whether it be a company or a well, they yes, it's like Wall Eversharp had their Oxford brand, and Schaefer had Wasp and Univer. So there were that could have been made for some secondary company. So,
yeah, I think so because that's a department store chain. I think in Canada is Eaton or was way back in the day,
okay,
so it might have been made for them.
yeah,
This is that Greishaber pen I got from Dimitri, and it has
okay.
really nice nib. I was pretty happy with this one. I like the way that Greishaber draws their G. They do this kind of thing. Oops,
They do
they do
that
that.
like like a big lowercase g.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, they have a really cool. I love their logo. It's pretty. That's kind of what seduced me into this pen, and the nib looked flexible. So
I have a couple of Greishabers um, kicking around here somewhere. Shall I see if I can find them? I'll see if I can find them.
why is that dark right there?
What was
Oh, I
that?
can't do anything. I was just trying to figure out why I had a dark shadow on my paper, trying to adjust it.
Okay, I have some Greishaber.
I also wanted to show you. I know you're not a stylographic guy, and I probably can't ever use this, but I just find the pen really cute. It's an Incograph, a
Yeah,
slip cap on there,
yeah,
and it's hard rubber.
yeah,
I just find it kind of charming, but I don't think I could ever get it working again. It's weird because you unscrew this, and it
yeah.
has like components in there, but I wouldn't know how to get it going again. But it's kind of neat.
Glenn Kelly said Eaton's was Canada's Sears.
Oh, okay. So it may have been made for them on purpose. It may very well
Yeah,
have been.
yeah.
This is a swan that was in the lot, but unfortunately, it's one of those twist swans that has this twist filler thing.
Oh dear.
I don't,
Okay.
I don't know how to fix that, but I might try. Might just be
No,
a challenging little puzzle for me.
yeah, yeah. I was mistaken. These. Oh, this is a Greishaber.
Oh yeah, those are very pretty. Yeah, people love those. People want those. Those are very desirable.
And a Greishaber here in green. Uh,
Do any of them have nibs you really like?
um, I don't. I haven't looked at these in a long time, so I don't remember.
Maybe
Um,
would be a possibility.
not really sure. Here's a Greishaber in gold fill overlay. This is neat. This big. It looks like a Moor Tuscan.
Oh yeah.
The big Greishaber. Look at that nib. That's
Wow,
not.
look at the nib on that thing.
It's not
What a
correct, but I don't think. Let's see. What does it say?
what a trip.
No, it says Greishaber, for God's sake.
Yeah, I've never seen a nib like that.
Greishaber, number 7, Chicago.
Is it a flexible nib?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's nice. You draw something with it. Let's see what that one looks like. Take that one out for a spin.
I want to show you this one though. This is the Greishaber umpire pen.
Oh, well, look at that. It's got a hump on there.
So you undo the back here, and then you press down,
Oh, cool.
and then you lock the presser downer thing there. Okay, let's see what this Greishaber is like. Take it out for a spin. Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah, pretty sweet. Sort of like a Waterman number 2, wall number 2 flexible nib. I'm not pressing it down as much as I'm pressing it down as much as I think it can be pressed.
Yeah,
I'm not going over the top with it.
that's probably good. I've heard that their nibs are more on the fragile side,
Yeah,
kind of like more and whatnot.
yeah.
I don't know if that's true, but
What is that little
also,
thing?
oh, I got this cute little Victorian pencil, and
With its little casket.
right, that's what seduced me is this beautiful casket,
Yeah.
and it works great. It's in perfect shape. The mechanism is not sticky or broken or anything. I put a little lead in there. Probably can't see that at all.
No.
But
So
yeah,
when
I've been
you
getting
were
seduced lately.
when you talked about this lot
Yes,
that
the
you got,
lot.
was that a eBay lot or what?
Right, yeah, it's the eBay lot. These are all the pens from the lot.
Okay. Well, that was a nice
Oh,
lot.
I almost forgot to show the best pen of the whole lot.
Okay, what is that one?
This really neat Wirt pen.
Okay.
A taper cap. This is the oldest pen I have now.
Oh, nice.
I don't know how easy it is to see the chasing or anything because it's pretty worn. But I like
Yeah.
pens like this that are plain
Yeah.
and hard rubber and worn. And not so worn that they're destroyed, but like. And then this nib is not correct, but they ground the shank down on a Victorian dip nib to make it fit this work pen back in
Oh,
the day.
nice.
Yeah. Um,
So
but I don't have the feed all the way in it because it was hard to put in, and I don't really want to break the feed. It has this, somewhat fragile, thin feed, but the
Mhm.
feed is supposed to go on top if you push it in far enough.
Yeah, the Wirtz did have the top feed kind of thing.
It's not really a remarkable rider. It's for a dip pen. It's super stiff. This is like the stiffest dip pen that I've ever
Oh my God, look at
used.
this. I found it. I found it.
Oh,
Artists.
you found your artist pen. So cool.
I will take a picture of this and post this on
Oh, yeah.
on
Everybody will love that.
yes. And it goes with this. This thing that talks about the artist pen. Do you have your artist special?
That's so
So
good
I
that you
have
have that.
so I have it.
That's
I have it
great.
right here. I
That's
looked all
really
over
good.
for it. I didn't it was, in this drawer full of stuff that just ended up here. I was going to put it somewhere else and then of course forgot about it. I'm trying to find the work that's in here.
And searching for your work, I helped you find your
Well,
artist pen.
here's the wort. Yeah, here's the wort, but this has just an underfeed. Worts didn't
Whoops.
have breather holes in their nibs.
Right.
Crazy, crazy people.
Yeah, I ended up with a Schaefer parts pen too, and I replaced the barrel on this Schaefer I had because the lever was broken out and they matched. So I kind of, fixed up a couple pens I already had. This one, the section was all chewed up, so I put the better section on here.
Neat.
But these are cool because one is older and one is newer, but they're exactly the same pen.
And those are Schaefer junior sized or
Yeah, they're a
whatever.
little vest pocket. Yeah, this one's earlier and this one's later. They're hard rubber, and then they also have different nibs. This one says self filler, and this one just says number 2.
Okay. Sweet.
So
Yeah, I love those sort of vest sized pens. Now when you use those you post them, correct?
oh yeah, I pretty much have to because my hands are so big. But posted, they're fine. They're okay. And unposted, yeah, you can use it like that. But I think if it was thicker for a short pen without a
Mm-hmm.
cap, I feel like I need it to be thick to use it without the cap.
Mm-hmm.
With a thin pen, I feel like I need the cap. Like I used this little Schaefer that I was drawing a lot with while we were hanging out.
Yeah.
I'll use this one without the cap, but it's really thick. So I don't know. It feels more like a piece of chalk or something. And
Yeah.
the nib is very long, so it just works
Well,
in
it
my.
also seems like the barrel from the tip of the nib to the back of the barrel is longer than the vest pocket pens you were just showing me.
Yeah, I think so. Let's see.
Maybe not so much. Maybe they're, yeah,
Oh, a
maybe.
little bit. Yeah, this feels very, very small in my hand, and the nib is smaller too, a lot shorter.
Yeah.
So yeah, but this I'll use this without a cap a lot. When we
Neat.
were running around drawing, I used it with a cap so I don't lose the cap. Works
Yeah.
nicely.
And we were outside running around and it's good to keep it capped.
Yeah. I mostly post. 9 times out of 10, I post. And sometimes they're just so big, I don't post them or don't want to post them.
Uh-huh.
But most of the time, I just post. This one I didn't like that much, so I'm bringing it for you to have when I come to Boston. You could sell
Okay.
it to an artist or whatever.
Okay. Well,
Whatever the hell you want to do with it. I'm going to bring a few pens for you to sell to
okay.
artists or do whatever you want with.
Well, I'm sure I'll enjoy. Um,
It is interesting. This one has flex, you know? You don't see too many of these number 3 nibs with flex. Unusual.
and who made? Oh, that's the one that you got out of the bin.
Yeah, out of the quote unquote junk box. It's really not junk at all, but
No, it's
fun
a
to call
great
it a
pen.
junk box.
I love that style of plastic as well. So,
Yeah, and it's legitimately flexible. Look at that.
well, maybe you'll change your mind by the time September rolls around. Do some
Nah, I'm going to
drawings
give
on
it to you.
it. Well, um, yeah, I'm looking forward to your visit, and I have so much stuff here that even if you didn't sleep and we didn't leave my house, there would still be drawers full of pens that you would not have seen. Um, so it's going to be interesting for me to figure out um, what I want to show you. You
Hey, you
know,
got to show me your greatest hits.
well, I don't know if I can even figure out what those are because they change from minute to minute. But
Ha 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 ha.
but I do have lots of stuff here out of 40 years of collecting and buying and reselling and buying and frankenpenning. So I've got parts all over the place. I'm sure that um, anyway, I have lots of parts and lots of pens. So you'll have fun.
Oh, cool. Maybe I should bring some of the pens I'm trying to finish or work on. And
Yeah,
if
I
you have
might
parts you want to
I might have some parts.
part with,
Yeah, parts to part with. Yeah, I'm very happy to part with a part that isn't creating a full pen. I hate to take a clip off a Parker duofold senior to sell if it's part of a duofold senior. Um, so, but I do have lots and lots of parts. Um, how's the kitty? How's,
oh,
how's,
yeah, she's hanging out in the window right here by me.
oh, good.
And now that I'm drawing with this pen, now it's making me think maybe I should keep the pen. Just like you. The same damn thing you do.
The same damn thing. Well, I want you to before you bring it to me, I want you to draw with it for a couple of days because I think you'll learn to say, "Gee, this pen is not that bad." I mean, I don't know
You're
what made
right.
you think, what you, why you immediately changed your mind about it because it was pretty quick uh, that you said, "Oh, I decided I don't like that one," but there must have been something.
Well, it's kind of scratchy, but I mean, it's nothing wrong with it at all. It's just very, very fine.
I see.
And the way in which it springs back, when you flex it, it requires a certain amount of touch. If that
I see.
makes any sense. Otherwise, it feels catchy and scratchy if you don't use the right touch on it. So I haven't really bonded and learned the nib
Okay.
really, because
Well,
once
learn
you
the
learn
nib.
it, I guess
Learn about the nib, and certainly, oftentimes if something's just a little tiny bit scratchy, it might be that the nib is tweaked, or torqued, so the tines don't match.
No, it's got perfect alignment. I think it's just
Okay.
because it's so fine.
Okay.
It's very, very fine. It's not a
Well, then
so.
learn to like it, and if you decide you don't, I'm sure I will. So
So I'm gonna bring you some other stuff anyway.
yeah, yeah,
That like I'm bringing you that Webster.
yeah.
That one's just a blanket, needs a nib, but you probably got Webster nibs hanging around.
I might, or
It
maybe
needs a small Webster nib, not a big one. If you put a big one in, it won't fit under the cap.
yeah. The there are certain Websters that are good, and there are certain Websters that are really kind of crappy, and uh, so it all depends in terms of when I go into these sort of second tier pens, which versions I like Eagle pens. Some of them are really, really nice, and some of them are really, really not so nice. And Webster has that thing, but I'm happy to look at it and take it anyway. So,
Well, I'll bring it. I wanted to give it to you just because it's beautiful. I'm gonna bring it over here so I can show you. Look how pretty the plastic is on this pen.
yeah, it's sort of cross hatchy bits.
Yeah, and look how pretty that clip is.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful, beautiful.
It's a button filler,
Oh, neat.
but it works well. You just
Yeah.
needs. I think it needs an ink sac. It's got a little ink window.
I
It's got some really nice shape.
I bought this Webster on eBay thinking it was going to be like these other Websters I have, and it turned out to be really shitty. Um, but what I liked
That's
about it, it it was copying whatever it could from the Vacuumatic, but just doing it backwards. So here's the fins of a feather at the wrong end of the feather of the
all
arrow,
right.
and but I do have other versions of this pen, uh, and these were made for Sears as well, I think. But this is missing the inner cap is where the threads would be in this. There's supposed to be a plastic liner here, so it's missing that. But I do have other versions of this pen that are really, really in nice shape. And I thought this was going to be in nice shape, but it turns out that it's sort of in rough shape. Maybe one day I'll find the other parts of it, but it's supposed to seat like this, so it is missing its inner cap. Um,
Yeah, Pierre, I better keep this pen because it's the only flexible shaper from this period that I have.
good, good.
Right?
I'm glad you're
So
keeping it. I'm glad
I
you're
should
keeping
keep it.
it.
Where am I going to find another flexible number 3 nib?
Yeah. No, you keep that one, Mister. How's your eye doing?
Well, I guess it's very slowly healing. I don't feel that great. My eyes don't feel wonderful, but it's the one with the infection is abating. The the one that's not infected but just swollen is just the same. So I may have to have that one excised. But I got to run through this course of antibiotics, which is really making me feel kind of horrible.
Oh dear.
It's making me feel very, very tired. I don't know why antibiotics should have that effect, but it's a pretty strong dose. Maybe that's why. But
Well,
so
I'm
I'll be happy when I don't
going.
have to take that anymore.
I'm going to the doctor on Thursday about my leg,
Oh, good.
And I was able to reconnect with my primary care physician that I lost for a few years when my insurance company wouldn't take her group. So I called them up today and I said, now that I'm on Medicare, can I get back with her? Because she and I have a relationship that goes back 20 years or so. And so I am meeting her on Thursday. But I only have plan A and B for Medicare. So who knows what it's going to end up costing me.
Oh,
I don't have,
what is C all about? What does C help you get?
well, there's C and D. One is for drugs, pharmacy,
Uh,
and one is for other kind of coverage that will pay more of your bill. Um, Medicare only pays 80%, so you have to pay 20%. And if you have a big operation, it could cost thousands and thousands of dollars. So,
sure.
but I can't get into that right away because I missed my opportunity. They only will accept your uh, plan, your plans if you uh, fill in the forms at a particular time of the year. And I missed mine, so I have to wait till June to sign up for something.
Uh,
So, uh, I mean, I've been self-insured for years. You get your insurance through your work, and I used to do it by myself, just to pay out of my pocket for
Must
my
have been very
insurance coverage.
expensive.
It was, and then they made me join a group. So I had to, I joined a group of other self-employed artists and artisans and whatever they were. So I paid them, but it still was like $1,000 a month for years and years and years. So,
Oh, yeah. Well, I
um,
know mine through my work is something like that. I mean, I don't have to pay the $1,000, but um, the school
school
district does,
system.
I guess. You know,
So it's all a racket, as you know.
it is a racket. It's a ridiculous racket. I mean, you might have to pay more for health insurance than rent. Yeah,
Well,
that's ridiculous.
I don't pay rent anymore, but yes, I know what you mean. I'm gonna
Well,
try out the,
especially let's say you're 55, you retired early.
yeah,
Okay, they're going to charge you through the roof from 55 to 65 when you can get Medicare. And let's
yeah,
say you're a renter. You may very well have to pay,
yeah. You
especially if you've
might,
been renting the same place for many years and the rent is a stabilized rental.
yeah,
You will end up probably paying more for health insurance than your rent.
yeah.
That's crazy to me. That's why a lot of people just go without it. Take their chances.
Well, you can't go without it anymore. You pay penalties if you go without it.
Well, I think
Um,
not every, it's at the federal level. I don't think you, it depends on the state
yeah,
because, Trump got rid of the federal penalties, but state like California has a penalty, and I don't know, Massachusetts might have one as well.
it does. It did. There was a 6 months when I didn't have insurance, and I had to pay a penalty for that.
Right. Was it expensive penalty? Here in California, it's a
No,
$900
it wasn't
penalty.
that.
If you,
It wasn't that much. I don't know what it was. So many dollars a month, $100 a month or something, and it was only a couple of months I was without it. I don't know. It's all a racket.
it is a racket. I hate it.
What's in this box? Oh, all sorts of shice. Let's put
Yeah,
this
I've come to
back.
the conclusion that I really don't need another pen. Doesn't mean I won't buy one, but I just really don't probably need it.
You came to that conclusion when I was up visiting you.
Yes,
Then what happened? Since
probably
then,
before, probably
you,
before you
you
came out to visit me.
well,
And
you were,
since then, I'm buying pens, and I bought
I,
Inkwell, for God's
but you
sakes.
but you also sold pens. at a
Yeah, I
loss.
sold them, but boy, it was, yeah, just not really. I mean, it's fine. I'm glad to get some money back, but and you get hassled so much on eBay.
Yeah,
And eBay takes a big cut. They take 13%. It just doesn't feel worth it. And the amount of time and effort you have to put into making an ad to get basically half of what you originally paid for whatever you're selling.
yeah,
And then complainy, customers where you, like one of the lots I said, it was parts pens. And then the
uh,
first line was
none of
almost
these
every
work.
single pen here is unrestorable. It has bad damage that you can't work with. And then the guy hassles me and says that I got to give him $50 back on what he paid. And I'm
And
like,
what did
okay,
you
I'll
say?
give you $50 back. So I don't want to take a return and deal with posting it again and selling it again. So he kind of hustled me out of $50. It's like, well, did you read the ad? This is a parts pen. I didn't say it was like good restorable pens a lot. I
Yeah.
put a lot of effort into making a really long description too. I didn't
Yeah.
just
Yeah, that's the
just
thing that I don't like about eBay is, and when I buy a pen that's not as advertised, I don't. I think there were maybe three times that I might have responded uh, with something that was negative. I mean, one was they've sent me completely the wrong pen. They sent me a cross ballpoint pen instead of whatever it was I was supposed to get, and she said, "Well, you can keep that pen, and I'll send you the one that you bought." And another time, I was buying a diploma in a frame, and imagine taking a framed diploma, framed under glass, putting it into a big square box and crumpling up one piece of newspaper and throwing it in there as padding. And
oh god.
I said, you shouldn't be surprised to learn that it was broken when I got it. And I said, I'll give you $5 for it, or, I only wanted the diploma. I didn't care about the frame, but um, anyway, I like the fact that her attempt uh, at repair, at packaging was so bad. And other people do things like they'll put Scotch tape around a 100-year-old cardboard box to seal it, to keep it all in one piece. Of course, you can't take the tape off without wrecking the box. So
In
that
my case, I
sucks.
didn't do anything wrong. I described it as I was supposed to. I went out of my way to describe it as junk. And then the
Yes.
guy still half me. He
What
just
what what
didn't
what don't
read my fucking
you know?
description. He didn't read it, I guess.
What don't you understand about the word junk?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, so I blocked him from all my further sales. That's what I do with
Okay.
hassle people. I just put them on my blocked buyers list.
Oh, good.
I did that with a couple people that were asking me asinine questions about what I was selling. Oh, you know what? I don't want to sell to you. I don't give a fuck about your bid. Go away.
Yeah. Well, I bid on a number of your things and did not win them, but that's fine. They were I didn't need really any of them. The last one with the big pencil lot, I really like Nardi pencils,
Oh yeah,
and I've got a bunch of them already, so it's not like I needed another black one. But uh, I just saw it
it
there
didn't
and I thought,
work
oh,
anyway.
it didn't work.
I
Okay,
mean, yeah, did you
good.
read the thing? You didn't read it
I
either.
didn't read it. I didn't read it either. I didn't read
Nobody
it
reads
either.
my fucking description. That's why I got people saying, "Hey, you didn't
Did you
describe
see?
it." Yes,
Did
I
you see
did. You got
the?
to read the description to know that.
Okay, I'm sorry. I promise, Cedar, I will read them from now on.
I guess I got to put in the title "Broken Shit." X, Y,
Okay,
and Z. Like, in the front title, not in the description. Because we don't read the description.
okay,
The
I
next
will
time
read.
I'm getting rid of broken stuff, I'm just going to put in the description broken pens, Schaefer,
Okay,
whatever brands, broken. And I'll put it in like bold type.
Okay,
Because
sorry.
otherwise I get people hassling me saying I didn't describe it, and when I did, you know.
Yeah,
I mean, not you. I'm not blaming you, but I'm just
yeah.
saying.
No, I'm the same way. I will look at I'll look at the description after I win the bid, and I think, oh, fuck, it has a broken nib. It says it right there. How come I didn't read the description? So um, again, usually most of the other people that are bidding on it do read the description. So I might not pay as much as I would, uh, for the pen that I thought it was anyway.
Well, I think that's the takeaway. In my title, I'm going to start putting broken. If I'm selling off a bunch of parts pens that,
Yeah.
for the most part, you could not restore because whatever problem, I'm just going to put
Well,
broken.
I think just saying parts only, parts pens only. I think if it starts out that way,
Well,
you
that's what
you
I
can't.
did.
Yeah.
I
Well,
put
I mean,
parts pens.
a lot of us. I look at parts pens too when I see them, and I think, well, it looks like everything works except it needs a sack. But again, a all metal pen might need a pressure bar as well, or something. And usually with most pens, it doesn't need more than a sack. You can look at the picture and see that all the rest is there. Sometimes you don't know if the iridium is on the pen, but uh, again, they don't say hairline cracks, and you can't see hairline cracks. There was some listing recently that had, I don't know what kind of a pen it was. It was a Waterman Taperite, and it was not very expensive, and it looked good. It's just that they had a picture of the pen here, and the cap sits standing upright like this. So the cap was hiding where you would normally see a crack in the barrel. So
Oh, yeah.
I
Those
didn't bid
barrels are often cracked, aren't they?
there, or they become cracked when you try to take them apart,
After, yeah, when you try to
because
restore them, then they shatter.
some of them pull out and some of them twist out, and you can't tell the difference when you're pulling straight out and it's supposed to twist out. You have a chance of cracking it, and if you twist it when it's supposed to pull, then you'll crack it that way. So they're a little tricky.
Paul Arana was saying that some of them are made out of celluloid plastic, and those are the ones that are easy to open. The others are some other kind of plastic. Those are the ones that shatter like,
Yeah,
glass.
yeah, like glass. Yeah, some are very brittle and some are really rubbery. You can almost, press them together. It's like um, uh, the same thing with some Eversharp pens. Eversharp Symphony pens, some can be very
Oh,
brittle, or
yeah.
they can be really sort of rubbery, springy.
Some of them really stink. Have you noticed that? Some of those later
Some
Eversharps?
and some really stink, especially the Ventura, the burp
Oh,
pen.
yeah. I
It
have a
smells.
stinky one of those. It smells terrible.
It smells just like it's supposed to. It's a burp pen.
Right, yeah, exactly. It smells like vomit, like you burped up some vomit or something. That's just hilarious.
Yeah, and I wonder whether I suspect they didn't smell at the beginning. I mean, hard rubber smelled funny from the beginning, but hard rubber was a known quantity back then. The other things were made of hard rubber.
Hard rubber
I
smells like an old basketball to me.
Yeah,
Reminds me when I was a kid and playing on the playground or something.
yeah, yeah. I I have some hard rubber. I have a hard rubber flask for booze. I have a couple of hard rubber watch chains, pocket watch chains. So they're quite fun, but they do smell like hard rubber fountain pens.
Hard rubber is
Or
my favorite material.
yeah,
I
I love
just
it
love
too.
hard rubber.
like how brown it gets, and in fact, that's MC Mr. MG Ward, the calligrapher guy.
Huh.
MG Ward.
No, I'd probably have to look it up.
He's a calligrapher from Canada, and he when I was talking to him in Philadelphia, he said that brown hard rubber was his first vintage pen, and that's what he looked for. He went to antique shops looking for brown hard rubber, and overlooked the black ones because they weren't the brown ones. He wanted the brown ones because he thought that's what they were supposed to be like. So Atomic Elfie, Atomic Elf One, is joining us here.
Hey there, Atomic Elf. How's it going?
So what camera are you using for your broadcast now? Your phone?
I'm using my phone. Yes.
Oh, good. Oh, good. So we got it to
work. I figured it out. I had to use the app in order to get the chat, in order to get the link, which sends me to my browser.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So it's not intuitive.
Oh, he's Atomic is in Oxnard.
Oh, wow. Hey, I'm in Ventura.
He asks if there's a local pen group.
Not local.
There's an LA.
I went to a fun little drawing group yesterday. We went to the Stagecoach Inn, and it's actually an LA drawing group, but the lady who runs it lives in Newbury Park, which is out here, and so she's going to try to have more meetups to go out and draw out here, if you like to do that kind of thing.
Atomic, are you on Instagram? Can I tell him how to find you on Instagram?
Yeah, you can find me by my name, which is Cedar Bylard, all one word.
Because if he's 10 miles away from you, or whatever it is, it's pretty close, isn't it?
Yes, it's very close.
Yeah. You guys should at least get together. Don't have to draw. It could be just play with pens.
Oh yeah, for sure. That'd be fun.
Would you like to join us now, Atomic? Would you like to be part of this little chat, live chat? What is if you don't mind saying out loud what your Instagram is, I'll add you right now, Atomic. He has to check what his name is.
Maybe he has one of those crazy names. It's not a name. It's like XYZ321 or something like that. That's how my eBay handle is.
Yeah, I know. Your eBay handle is, you need the Enigma device to decode it.
Yeah, that's because my name was not available. So that's what eBay said. Here, take this name. So I was like, okay, whatever. I'll take it.
So my adult Instagram account is working again. Okay,
oh,
his
cool.
name is Ben MacArthur_art. Well, he's an artist, it sounds like.
Oh, nice.
MacArthur. Mac. Ben MC Arthur.
I
Ben
almost got rid of this pen, and I came to my senses. I was like, why am I going to give this pen away? I like this pen.
Which one?
This
I'm
little
sorry.
vest pocket Schaefer.
Oh, yeah. I know. It was on the thing you wanted me to buy it.
Right. And I was like, why am I doing that?
Well, thankfully, I avoided. Okay,
Because
there
I
we
have a
go.
neat little collection of these vest pocket pens. I have a few of them. So I should keep it as a collection.
Yeah, or add to it. Okay, I see benmacarthur.art. I just said hello to you, Atomic. Did Atomic? Did you go to the LA Pen Show? You draw
This
with
is
very bright colors, Mister Ben MacArthur.
my hard rubber vest pocket Schaefer collection.
Well,
I
it
don't need
seems
any
to me
more. I think I have enough.
it
This
seems
one's
to
actually
me
just. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
no, it just seems. I mean, whenever I get two or three of something that are similar, I think, okay, now I've got the first two or three of a collection of dozens of pens. So it just makes me want to get more of them.
Right. And all of these are different. This one's actually hodgepodge together, but it's got a really nice nib.
Yeah.
It's a really nice user.
Oh, good.
They're all really nice users, except for this one. This one's got a pretty boring nib on it, but the chasing's really neat. This wavy line chasing,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
but it's just got a really
Th-
boring, stiff, medium
those are often
46
called,
special.
I think those are often called secretary pens,
Oh, are
where they
they?
where they say secretary on the nib, even sometimes.
Oh yeah, no. This one just says 46 special.
Yeah. So Atomic said he was not able to get to the pen show, and he was
That's why we
experimenting
didn't see you there.
with gouache. So, um, uh, anyway, Ben, I sent you a hello. So when you send me, I'll refer you over to or send you Cedar's thing. But you and Cedar should hang out and play with pens sometime. And what kind of pens do you collect, Atomic? Yeah, maybe. I mean, almost all Schaefer nibs are stiff, but I think the secretary ones, I'm sure that they were particularly hard for carbon copies.
Ah,
So,
that one's probably a carbon copy pen for sure.
yeah.
Because that one's just manifold as it gets.
Conklin, is that what that is?
Yeah, this is that Conklin I got from Dimitri.
Okay, a crescent filter.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's got a really nice nib. I really like the Conklin nibs. They got a certain sort of personality to them. It's interesting how all the different brands have kind of their own nib feel.
Yeah. He Atomic just said has different types of pens, so a haphazard, eclectic collection so far. Well, I think that's what my collection is. It's certainly haphazard. It just happens to have 3,000 pens in it. Um, if you reduced each pen type by 90%, it would be equally haphazard. I'd still have a little bit of this, a little bit of that, instead of a lot of bit of this and a lot of bit of that. But I think I think if push comes to shove, Waterman were my first time favorites. I just loved. I'd always look for Watermans when I was at a flea market or hoping I'd find a Waterman. You know, I'd buy almost anything, but I was always hoping I'd find a Waterman. Um,
I bet back when you were hunting at flea markets, you found Watermans.
I did. Well,
Really nice ones too, I'm sure.
used used to find lots of Watermans. I mean, I would, I might have if I was a if I got up at the crack of dawn, I might have found some sterling overlays and all that kind of stuff. But
Wow.
I was happy finding just a Waterman 52.
Oh yeah, I would be too. I mean, now you'd be lucky to find any Waterman, and if you do, it's probably a late Waterman that's busted up and not so great. This is my one really lucky flea market find that was a Waterman. Is this number 7 Ripple pen.
Yeah.
That's probably my luckiest flea market find
And
ever.
how many dimes did you have to spend for that one?
Well, I'm embarrassed to say that the seller
Was
was
it?
asking $20 for it.
I Oh,
I
good.
gave him 40,
Okay, good for
but
you. I like doing that when I can, when I feel good. I my I think one of my best finds ever from a pen versus amount asked was um, a senior blue duofold in beautiful color for $1.
oh wow, $1.
But
Yeah, this lady, I've given her stuff to sell since then. I see her and I'm like, here, I have a bunch of stuff. You can sell
oh,
it. Take it.
oh, nice. Well,
I don't know if it adds up to the value of the pen, but she didn't care. She knew it was a valuable pen, but she didn't care. She just was fine with me
well,
buying it.
I bought a pen similar to that from an antique dealer down the street from me, and he uh, said they're $10 each or 20. I forget. $10 each, I think. Maybe they were $20 each, and it was a Waterman 7. Beautiful pen. Had a pink like nib. It wasn't marked pink, but it was beautiful, flexible nib.
Ooh,
And he and I said, "Well, I'm going to give you more." And he said, "Absolutely not. This is what I asked." He accepted more from me, but he said, "You know, you're." I mean, I was a customer from him for a while, and I'm sure I bought enough stuff from him, so knew I was honest and everything, but he didn't want to make it more difficult for me to buy the pen from him, so I did. I'm just getting texts from my brothers here. They got a tax bill for our lake home
Huh.
in the mail, so it looked like it was a lot, but it's only $1,000 more than it was the year before, so it's not as it wasn't like doubling our taxes.
Taxes. Yeah, I that one I had has a blue nib. If it had a pink nib, then I'd probably have to go back and be like, okay, this pen is actually worth like probably maybe
Thousand,
over $1,000, and you should put it on eBay. Just take it
no,
back.
you. I mean, I there was one guy that I bought a pen from him at exactly what he was asking, and I paid him for it. And then quite a bit later, I sold it, and then quite a bit after that, he found out how much it was worth. And it was a pen that it looked like a Waterman 52, except it was a Namiki, had that gold painting on it with fish and whatever. It was missing a
Oh, neat.
clip. It was missing a clip, but it was a pen from the 20s or 30s. I didn't know how much they were worth. There wasn't an internet back then to find out. Anyway, he said, "Oh, you're the guy that stole that pen from me." And I said, "I paid what you asked for it. I paid you what you were asking for it. Don't you dare say that I stole it from you. I
I
had no
know.
idea. I had no idea what it was worth, you know. And I think I sold it for $300. I paid 125 for it, so it's not like.
It's
And
not too great.
maybe it was worth $1,000. I didn't know, but it's it. I hate when someone thinks you screwed them when you gave them exactly what they wanted.
I know. Yeah, this one fellow, I bought this Schaefer from him, and he was asking $25 for it, and I thought that was fine price for it.
Yeah,
It is a rose glow one, but it's not a
yeah.
high model. It's
No,
the
it's a little.
lowest model
Yeah,
and most common rose glow one probably.
yeah, yeah,
Anyway, so I bought it for $25, but he was acting like I was ripping him off. He said $25. I didn't tell him to charge me $25. Like, why are you acting like you tell me to pay you $25 and then you act like I'm ripping you off? I was not
yeah,
trying to rip anybody off. But I understand how he feels. It's hard to get your money back sometimes.
yeah. Oh, um, so, Mister, uh, I'm wondering whether I need to get back to my job here.
Oh yeah, well
Uh,
it's been an hour and a half, just about.
yeah,
Goes
yeah,
by fast.
it does go by, but let's do this again now that we know how to do it and aim down. Maybe we can get you and Russell and I to do a drawing together where we draw the same subject
Yeah,
and
that'd be great. That'd be really fun.
gossip gossip as we draw.
This is
And
what I ended up drawing. What do you think of that?
well, it looks like it's not a selfie at the desk, but it's an othery at a desk. I can't see what's in the person's hands. Are they playing with a pen or what?
They're just crossed.
They're just
There's a
crossed. I
pen
see.
on the desk, and then there's an
Pen-
inkwell.
Pens in the pocket, and uh,
That's you. That reminds me of Peter.
that's me. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
pens in the pocket. I don't really wear pocket shirts like that.
No.
That's a Peer homage.
Okay. No homage to Pierre. But it's a vest. I'm wearing some sort of vest because you didn't put the plaid shirt everywhere else.
True. Very true. And there's this guy. He's making a pot of soup or something.
Okay, I like that. I like how when you draw things sort of randomly, you you have a story to tell at the end of it, whereas I have just scribbles like this, you know, and they're not even words I'm writing. They're just slinkies run amok.
Well, I
So
like to do that too. That's what all this is here. I just happened to get in that one pen that I was trying to give you
yeah,
inspired me to draw a face, and it just turned
uh,
into something.
yeah. Well, again, you don't have to try to give it to me. You know, if you find out after the next couple of months as you're writing it, if you find out that it really is too scratchy, I'll accept it. But I'm sure between now and then you'll learn exactly how to hold it and how much pressure to use and what kind of paper it likes, and you'll love it.
That's very true. This one
Yeah,
you're definitely going to take though,
yeah.
because this
I'll
will
take
go with your Webster collection. You don't have this
my
one yet, do you?
my
You don't have
Webster.
this.
I don't think I do, but
Cool.
okay. Anyway, we'll see you later. Thank you for
Okay, bye,
visiting.
Pierce. Good to hang
Bye,
out. Talk
everyone.
to you later.
Bye bye.
Bye.